Hollywood and Highland. Tonight, we hear from someone who saw it happen.
And protesters take to the streets of Hollywood to protest a grand jury decision in New York.
And we started off the weekend with some great weather conditions. How about your Sunday? I've got your forecast coming right up.
And we have inside information tonight about the hack attack at Sony Pictures Entertainment.
Those stories, sports, and any late breaking news next at 6.
Does your current Medicare plan still meet your needs? Enroll in an affordable, high-quality Medicare health plan that does. Kaiser Permanente Senior Advantage is the highest-rated Medicare health plan in California, 4 years in a row.
If you want higher quality care that's affordable, it's time for Kaiser Permanente. It's the only 5-star rated Medicare health plan in your state. There's a $0 monthly premium, no annual deductible, and low doctor copays. You choose your own Kaiser Permanente doctor and have access to specialists. And all of our doctors welcome Medicare health plan members. You also get your doctor, lab, and pharmacy, often all under one roof. With online access to your lab results and prescription refills, you can even email your doctor's office. It's time for Kaiser Permanente.
Call a licensed sales specialist toll-free at 1-877-320-7762 to get your Kaiser Permanente Guide to Medicare or to enroll. Call now.
From the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS 2 News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Hundreds demonstrated in Hollywood against police brutality near the scene of a deadly police shooting last night. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Serene Branson.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. Now at 6, a planned protest included a stop at Hollywood and Highland today, the same spot where police shot and killed a man they say was armed with a knife. CBS 2's Lori Perez is live in Hollywood tonight with more on the investigation. Lori?
Juan, for all intents and purposes, the area is back to normal. Thousands of tourists perhaps unaware of what happened, but police and their critics are very aware, and they are all looking for answers. In unison and then in silence, protesters in an already scheduled march against police brutality through Hollywood Saturday suddenly had a local stop, staging a die-in at the corner where LAPD shot and killed a man Friday night. In this case, police say the suspect was armed, tweeting out this picture of a knife they say they found on him after responding to reports of an assault with a deadly weapon. LAPD says the man did not follow police orders to get down. Henry Hodge is one of hundreds of witnesses who heard the shots at around 7 last night and saw the aftermath.
Quite a shocking thing to see, really.
He watched and took dozens of pictures from the window of a hostel across the street.
You kind of only see the stuff on movies, and then to see that happen in real life is just, completely different.
As he and others who took cell phone video of the response try to get their heads around what they saw, LAPD's Force Investigations Division is looking into the how and why of the police homicide. They would not release information today about the officers involved. The coroner has identified the man but has not yet released his name. We are live in Hollywood tonight. I'm Lori Perez, CBS 2 News.
Today, hundreds were out today for a protest of police killings nationwide. It's an event that was planned before the shooting last night. CBS 2's Greg Mills was in Hollywood and has that part of the story.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Hundreds of protesters on Hollywood Boulevard chanted the final words Eric Garner said as he was choked to death in New York.
There are a lot of guilty people, but there are a lot of innocent people who are dead and didn't deserve to be treated like animals.
When the officer involved escaped grand jury indictment, Darnell Appling organized Blackout Hollywood and spread the word on Twitter, wear black, to protest police brutality on African Americans.
It was unjust. It wasn't right. I felt like he should have got something. I even asked my dad, is this like the 60s? And he said no, because in the 60s you would expect that behavior, and now you don't.
Many are indicting the police en masse. Law enforcement officers across the country, even though they had nothing to do with what happened in New York or Ferguson, get blamed by many. Today was no exception.
There will be those in the crowd that do say those things, but a majority, and I'm probably guessing almost 100% of the people that are here today are here for the right reason. They want to do a peaceful march.
The protesters marched down Hollywood Boulevard to the Hollywood and Vine complex, and there they did a die-in. They laid down on the street, blocking traffic eventually in both directions. Police told us they had no idea the protesters planned to do this. Singer-actor Tyrese spoke to the protesters and then did a call and response with him. Some tourists we spoke with at the Chinese theater were alarmed by what they saw here on Hollywood Boulevard. This couple is from Malaysia. Would it be allowed in Malaysia or is it against the law?
It's against the law.
What would happen if you protested in Malaysia?
You got caught straight in the jail.
That was our CBS 2's Greg Mills reporting. The head of Sony Pictures is responding today to a recent computer hack that security experts called unprecedented. The attack forced Sony into a system shutdown. CBS 2's Erica Nochlin joins us live now in studio with more on the story. Erica.
Well, the company's spokesman confirmed Sony Pictures CEO sent an email to employees today outlining the scope of the attack and providing some encouragement. Because remember, for the last 2 weeks, employees have had to deal with this attack of hackers getting their personal information and internal business documents. And just yesterday, many employees received a threatening email claiming to be from those Guardians of Peace hackers. CEO Michael Linton's email to employees today said, "Thank you once again for your resilience and resourcefulness in carrying out our critical day-to-day activities under incredibly stressful circumstances." There was also a note from the head of the cybersecurity company Sony is now working with. It said, "The scope of this attack differs from any we have responded to in the past, as its purpose was to both destroy property and release confidential information to the public." Now, the FBI is still investigating this, but cybersecurity experts say this really should be a wake-up call for other companies. Erica Nochlin, CBS 2 News.
All right, Erica, thank you. An American photojournalist was killed by terrorists in Yemen as U.S. Special Forces tried to rescue him. Officials say al-Qaeda-linked militants shot Luke Summers during a second attempt to bring him home. President Obama authorized the Navy SEALs mission because Summers' life was believed to be in imminent danger. He and another hostage were found in grave condition. They later died en route to a U.S. Navy ship.
The White House says acid reflux is causing President Obama's sore throat. Obama's physician says the president's symptoms are consistent with soft tissue swelling related to acid reflux. The doctor says a CT scan conducted this afternoon on the president was normal.
It was a mild and dry day in the Southland, but how long will it last? CBS 2's Kai Goldberg is here with the forecast. Kai?
Well, thanks so much, Serene. Well, that in terms of the wet weather and how long it's going to be dry, well, for another few days. But I do want to tell you, as we take a look out to the extended forecast, we've got pretty significant rainfall chances on the way. And of course, I'll lay out when that could occur coming up in a moment. Taking a look at the 60s right now, Riverside at 64 degrees. We'll go to Valley Village here in Studio City, the Sherman Oaks area at about 63 degrees as well. Winds are calm, and we're starting to see some high clouds making their way down from the northwesterly direction, moving to a southeasterly direction. So you'll see more of that as we make our way into the Sunday forecast. Winds are currently calm, but again, we'll see those winds picking up with those rain chances coming your way. We'll lay it out in just a few minutes. Juan, back to you.
All right, Kai, thanks. Early this morning, CBS and Dish Network reached a new multi-year agreement to carry CBS's owned TV stations and the Showtime network. The agreement comes less than 24 hours after Dish customers lost CBS-owned stations, including CBS 2 and KCAL 9. But the stations are now back up on Dish. Both companies say they are pleased with the new agreement.
He was the most beloved and divisive leader in local politics in D.C. for decades. Thousands gathered today to mourn Marion Barry.
And we'll celebrate Christmas Kathy Ireland style.
Plus, the world's healthiest donut will take you to a new California store that promises just that.
I really love my Providence doctor.
I never feel like she's rushing me through.
And all the nurses are very nice to you too.
I had my first baby here at Providence, and I can't imagine going anywhere else.
That MyChart system is wonderful because I can access it from my home computer.
Making an appointment at Providence is easy.
We can make appointments on Saturdays.
I would definitely recommend Providence to my family and friends.
For more information, visit california.providence.org. Choose Providence. We're everywhere you need care.
I'm Lou Diamond Phillips for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Every day, more of our nation's heroes come home to an uncertain future. So that's why they can depend on the VFW, just like they have for over 100 years. They've always been there for our military, veterans, and their families, because they deserve it.
Call 1-855-HELP-VFW right now to donate or go online at vfw.org.
The VFW. No one does more for veterans.
Welcome to Mako. Looks like your ride could use a makeover.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Come to Mako,
Now through December 31st, save up to $150 on select auto paint and collision repair when you schedule an appointment online.
Imagine what she could do with a real piano. SoCal Pianos rents famous name uprights, digitals, baby grands, even grand pianos from just $39 a month. Return it anytime. And if you like it, buy it with our easy credit plans. Plus, rent now and get 1 month free. The Try Me rental plan exclusively from SoCal Pianos. Stop by or visit SoCalPianos.com.
Aerial coverage from Sky 2 is brought to you by Stater Brothers, your hometown supermarket. Brands you know from folks you know. Stater Brothers, serving Southern California families since 1936. Support your home team. Stater Brothers, where you always get more for less.
It was a rousing send-off in the nation's capital today for the man dubbed Mayor for Life. Thousands gathered at the Washington Convention Center to say goodbye to Marion Barry. The four-term mayor died last month at the age of 78. 4 people were hurt this afternoon when flames scorched a 3-story condo complex in Pacoima. The first fire broke out just before 1 p.m. at Osborne Street and Glen Oaks Boulevard. At least one of the victims is in serious condition. Firefighters searched for 2 children who were reportedly trapped in an upper floor. But those kids were eventually reported to be safe with their mother outside. No word yet on the cause of the fire.
Give up a gun, get a gift. That was the offer today at a Food for Less parking lot in South Los Angeles. County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas teamed up with the LA County Sheriff's Department for the event. Turn in an assault weapon, get a $400 gift card. $100 for a handgun, rifle, or shotgun. $50 for a gun that doesn't work. Today, Santa teamed up with a former supermodel to make Christmas a little brighter for kids in Orange County. The Christmas Gala at the Irvine Yard House was sponsored by Athletes and Entertainers for Kids and 911 for Kids. Lifestyle entrepreneur Kathy Ireland is one of the organizers. She says the annual party may be the only chance for many of these kids to have some holiday fun. The event has been held every year since 1986 with support from some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. For more on these stories and how you can help, just go to our website, cbsla.com, click Seen on TV.
If you're a smoker, you may not want to plan a career working for Pima County, Arizona. Supervisors will vote later this month on a policy that would prohibit hiring smokers. Smokers who already work for the county would have to pay a 30% surcharge for their health insurance.
Donut and healthy are words that you normally don't see in the same sentence, but at a store in Northern California, it hopes to change all that. Dr. Bob's Donuts and Doyos in Roseville is sort of like a frozen yogurt bar. You choose your donut type and then the toppings, and then pay by the ounce. Most of the choices are gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan. And instead of fried, the donuts are steamed. The new store opens on Monday.
We need one down here.
Sounds
pretty good. Making plans to honor lost loved ones.
Decorating floats for the Rose Parade in Pasadena. Okay?
Well, good evening, everybody. We're taking a look at some beautiful conditions as we begin this weekend. How about the rest of the weekend? We're going to go through that, and we're going to talk about some rain and snow that could be coming our way when your CBS 2 News at 6 comes right back.
Does your current Medicare plan still meet your needs? Enroll in an affordable, high-quality Medicare health plan that does. Kaiser Permanente Senior Advantage is the highest-rated Medicare health plan in California, 4 years in a row.
If you want higher quality care that's affordable, it's time for Kaiser Permanente. It's the only 5-star rated Medicare health plan in your state. Plans are rated each year by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services based on an unbiased review of quality and service. With Kaiser Permanente, you get valuable cost savings with a $0 monthly premium, no annual deductible, and low doctor copays.
Call a licensed sales specialist now at 1-877-425-9690 to get your Kaiser Permanente Guide to Medicare and Plan Enrollment Kit, or to enroll now.
You choose your own Kaiser Permanente doctor and access a range of specialists. And all of our doctors welcome Medicare Health Plan members. You also get the convenience of your doctor, lab, and pharmacy, often all under one roof. Plus, easy online access to your lab results and prescription refills. You can even email your doctor's office. It's time for Kaiser Permanente.
Call a licensed sales specialist now at 1-877-425-9690 to get your guide and plan enrollment kit or to enroll now.
If your current Medicare health plan is not what you expected it to be, then it's time for Kaiser Permanente. You get cost savings, a choice of Kaiser Permanente doctors, under one roof convenience, online access, and prescription drug coverage, all from a plan with Medicare's 5-star rating. It's time for Kaiser Permanente.
Call a licensed sales specialist toll-free at 1-877-425-9690 to get your Kaiser Permanente Guide to Medicare and Plan Enrollment Kit, or to enroll now. 1-877-425-9690. Call now.
It's that time. The annual Rose Parade in Pasadena is coming up, and volunteers are already working hard to create some beautiful floats.
One of those featured floats honors those who gave the gift of life. CBS 2's Louisa Hodge has the touching story.
People snipping flower petals.
Every flower is for a family member.
Grinding them up in blenders, gluing them on, gluing beans.
Every leaf honors a life lost.
One at a time on 60 individual butterflies.
And in each meticulous detail of this Donate Life float, a loved one's legacy lives on.
It's very emotional. I just lost Gary about 3 weeks ago, but I was determined to be here today for the first decorating day.
Lois Foxen is carrying on a tradition that her husband, Gary Foxen, started 15 years ago, a float designed to honor donors, their families, and transplant recipients. Gary came up with the idea after receiving a lung transplant that saved his life and gave him another 15 years.
And he was so grateful for that lung and a second chance at life that he said, there has to be something that I can do that would give back to society.
On each of these books will be a picture of a deceased donor. There will be 72 fluorographs lining this float, more than they've ever had in the history of a Donate Life float.
Let me get you some strawberry seeds and we'll add a little bit of blush.
Tracy Cooper worked on a fluorograph for her father who died of a stroke, but helped enhance the lives of up to 100 people by donating his corneas and tissue.
It's really emotional. But it's also exciting knowing he's getting his story out there.
The never-ending story is this year's Donate Life float theme, with 60 butterflies representing lives transformed. Above those butterflies hangs one of Gary Foxen's hats, looking down on a float that he wanted to celebrate life.
He would just, take a big deep breath and say, oh, it is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Louisa Hodge, CBS 2 News.
And that is the amazing thing about these floats in the parade that I love every year, especially ones like this. Each has a story behind it, and especially a touching story like this.
Yeah, and then there's legacy to that too, which is fantastic.
It's so nice.
It is nice.
Well, what are we talking about, Kai? Rain, I guess, in the forecast coming up.
Yeah, we have seen this mild El Nino really start to change our weather pattern. We saw it taking place last week. It started last Sunday. We had some showers off and on throughout the day, especially the San Fernando Valley. Then we got to Tuesday. That was that big weather day where we had weather and some strong rain most of the day, that rain lingering into the Wednesday. So we're looking at another similar storm coming our way. Of course, we'll break that down and we'll continue to monitor our models here on CBS 2. But before we get there, we've got some great weather. We saw a beautiful day today, above average temperatures. Right now, we've got a live look at the Santa Monica Bay, the Santa Monica Pier. Looking good. There's folks taking a nice evening walk. Temperatures today, once again, above average. We saw 71 downtown, above that 68-degree reading. Downtown currently at 63. The valley area is in the mid-60s. So is the Inland Empire. Empire. Beaches right now 64. We'll go up to the mountains, of course, cooler in the 30s and the high deserts in the mid-50s. Taking a look at your CBS 2 weather headlines, we've got a ridge of high pressure building in. We call it a dirty ridge of high pressure. That means we'll see basically some high cloud cover rolling through the district both tonight as well as tomorrow on Sunday. So we will not be seeing sheer clear sky conditions. Slightly warmer with that ridge building in. And of course, we're staying dry with the mild offshore flow until we get to about Wednesday. And then as we head on into Thursday, that's when those rain chances begin, and they could last about 3 or maybe even 4 days. The Pacific Northwest, Northern California seeing a line of storms. Yes, indeed, that storm system starting to make its way through into Idaho. The first one, we've got another one on the way, the third behind it, and this is the one that could bring us some wet weather as we head towards that Thursday forecast. But right now, all those storm systems being blocked by the ridge of high pressure, giving us the offshore flow. We'll see that cloud cover rolling on in too, so we'll call it partly cloudy and mild as we head into tomorrow, Sunday's forecast. Still going to be a beautiful day out there tomorrow. Temperatures again about 3-4 degrees warmer tomorrow than they were today. Mostly clear tonight. Once we get through the midnight hour, we could see a little bit of marine layer out along the coast into tomorrow morning. 72 along the coast in Venice tomorrow. We'll see some mid-70s as we take a look towards some of the inland areas, and of course that includes my friends in the IE. Here's a look at that 5-day forecast for you, and then we'll take it to 76 downtown tomorrow, 75 Monday, above average into Tuesday, Wednesday 72. Here comes the next few days. We take you to Thursday, 69, and here comes the rain chances, 30% right now, up to 60% by Friday. Looking to the valleys into the mid-70s tomorrow. They'll see those showers coming their way by Thursday, rain by Friday. Inland Empire going for 74 tomorrow. Should be a beautiful day. Gorgeous, by the way, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday inland. And then again, Juan Serene. Everything changes by Thursday into Friday with that rain on the way. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Kai, thank you. Gary Miller here now with a preview of what's coming up in sports.
They call it Championship Saturday, down to the wire in college football. All Alabama had to do was win to secure its spot in the coveted Final Four. And if they took out the top-ranked Tigers, you could throw in an SEC title, too. Speaking of Tigers, this one tried to battle through a fever and nausea and overcome not only all that, but the stigma of finishing last in his own benefit event.
No one knows style like Italians. And if it's Italian, you'll find it at Paolo Giardini, Armani, Versace, Roberto Cavalli, and others. The Italians are here at Paolo Giardini, a fine men's boutique at outlet prices.
Reason number 10. 10 years of good times.
If you live in Southern California and you're eligible for Medicare, Anthem Blue Cross can help you get a great plan at a great rate. Our new Medicare Advantage plans pay for many of the costs original Medicare doesn't. So you can focus on other important decisions. Anthem plans help protect you from high medical costs. And we've built stronger partnerships with trusted local doctors and hospitals to bring you special benefits like dental and vision, prescription drug coverage, plus free memberships at participating gyms. Now's the time to switch. If you live in one of these counties, you can get a plan with $0 premiums. And new this year, co-pays as low as $0 for doctor and specialist visits, even hospital stays. The Medicare enrollment deadline for Southern California is December 7th. So call Anthem today at 1-844-331-7997 to learn more or to schedule an in-person meeting.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. The holidays are here. CBS 2 News This Morning wants to make your wishes come true with a $200 gift card. Watch CBS 2 News This Morning at 6 a.m. for the secret code word and text it to 84816 or enter it online at cbsla.com/text to win. We'll give away a $200 gift card each weekday, now until December 24th. 'Tis the season. Celebrate good times. Watch CBS 2 News This Morning for your chance to win. We've got you covered.
This holiday season, look your best for less. Get 2 Paolo Giardini designer suits for just $1.99 and get 10 additional items free. Only at Paolo Giardini in the Citadel outlets and Camarillo Premium outlets. A fine men's boutique at outlet prices.
Tomorrow morning at 9:30, we'll start finding out not only who made the first ever college football playoff for FBS teams, but how they'll line up. It could be a complete scramble or awfully anticlimactic, as long as the 4 already in, like number 1 Alabama, won their finales today. Alabama taking on 16th ranked Missouri in the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Opening drive of the game, and the Crimson Tide go right down and hand it to TJ Yeldon, who will blow in for a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, same score from midfield. The Tide have the ball on their own 42 when Blake Sims drops back and heaves it deep to DeAndrew White. Gets beyond the secondary for a 58-yard, 14-0 lead. Very beginning of the fourth quarter, it's now just 21-13. This time Sims will roll to his right and hit Christian Jones for a 6-yard TD. The Tide roll on after that. They'd shut out Mizzou the rest of the way. A 42-13 thumping. Nick Saban's 5th SEC title, including his 2 at LSU.
Well, you know what? I'm just really proud of our players. You know, my whole thing about trying to get these guys ready to play in this game was so that they had a chance to be SEC champions. And I'm so proud of what they did. I'm proud for our fans, the University of Alabama, and our state.
Right behind Alabama and Oregon, TCU is surprising 3rd in the last rankings and looking to solidify their status in a mismatch with Iowa State. And a little trickeration for the Horned Frogs on just their 2nd possession. Trevon Boykin gets it back, and he'll take it 56 yards for his first scoring reception. He would throw for over 400 yards. Meanwhile, Sam Richardson of Iowa State is picked by Derek Kindred. He'll go 44 yards the other way. TCU blows him out 55-3. Tiger Woods' return to competitive golf could not have started worse on Thursday. An opening round of 77 put him in dead last at the 18-player Hero World Challenge. But things have improved since. Yesterday he bounced back with a 2-under par round of 70. Today was even better, but he had something else to deal with. In the 3rd round of the Hero World Challenge, Tiger battling flu-like symptoms, even losing his breakfast on the course. But he would bounce back, played the entire 18, and he saved his best for last. His approach shot on 18, one of 3 straight birdies set up with that. He's still in last, but he improves his overall score to even par. However, Jordan Spieth continues to dominate the event in Iowa, Florida. His approach shot on 5 nearly went in for an eagle. He had 9 birdies and 9 pars in the day. He's at 20 under, 20 ahead of Tiger. Early matinee at Staples Center, the Kings hosted Jeff Carter's former team, the Floundering Flyers. First period, no score. Mark Street finds Claude Giroux in the middle of the ice, and he'll beat Jonathan Quick. First goal of the game, Phillies up 1-0. Second period, still 1-0, when former King Wayne Simmons will trickle this one past Quick. That's the game winner. They end up winning at 2-1 to snap their 6-game losing streak as they sweep the season series. Yeah, tonight the Clippers getting ready to tip off there as they put that down over the ice.
All right, Gary, thanks so much. Tonight on CBS 2 News at 11 o'clock, another delivery stolen right off a local front porch. The neighborhood that's being targeted, and any late breaking news tonight at 11.
We want to thank you for watching CBS 2 News at 6. Remember, we're always on at CBSLA.com. You can join our street team at CBSLA.com to share your news stories here on CBS 2.
Your next news is just ahead. KCAL 9 News at 8 o'clock. See you back here again on CBS 2 News at 11. In the meantime, have a great Saturday night, everybody.
Aerial coverage from Sky 2 is brought to you by Stater Brothers, where you always get more for less.
Shop and save at your nearby Stater Brothers supermarkets. This week, fresh Foster Farms chicken half breasts with ribs attached are a low 99 cents a pound for the family pack. Sweet Ambrosia apples are a real treat. Get 4 pounds for just $5. We're harvesting hope in our community. Join us in helping local families fight hunger by making a donation today. See store for details or visit StaterBrothers.com. Stater Brothers thanks you for helping us care for the communities we serve. Stater Brothers, where you always get more for less.
There's never been a better time to try Time Warner Cable. With HD content you love to watch virtually anytime, anywhere. Ultra-fast internet at the speed you need. And unlimited nationwide calling. All together for the first time for $89.99 a month. Plus, enjoy big Hollywood blockbusters from Epix. Now with free installation and TV equipment included. That's a savings of over $900. Try it, love it, or your money back guaranteed. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
10 ways to get your finances in order by New Year's Eve, Monday morning.
The following is a paid presentation for the Wolfgang Puck Pressure Oven, brought to you by Kitchen Tech, bringing life-enhancing technology to your kitchen. Wolfgang Puck is heralded as the authority on fine cuisine. From his flagship restaurant in Beverly Hills to his worldwide culinary empire, he is dedicated to elevating fine dining for everyone. And now, Wolfgang is proud to unveil his breakthrough innovation, introducing the revolutionary Wolfgang Puck Pressure Oven, designed to transform mealtime from ordinary to extraordinary, and in a fraction of the time of a conventional oven.
I would like every family to sit down in the evening and have a great meal together. But I don't have the time, you don't have the time. So I put my team to work. We started out with a pressure cooker and said, how can we marry that with a conventional oven? It took us 2.5 years. And finally, we had an oven where the food cooks faster, the juices stay inside your meat, and the flavors get infused.